415. Just hold on to that set of numbers for a bit. It'll make sense soon enough. The last episode I published here was on a piece I wrote titled The Prison of Perfection, where I talked about how perfection can trap us in places we don't even realize sometimes. Ironically, I found myself locked in the same chokehold for 415 days. Yes, 415 days of being tormented by a creative block I honestly cannot describe. I just couldn't bring myself to publish anything really as far as this podcast is concerned. It either felt too personal or too meh or too blah. And honestly, I don't even know what blah means or is supposed to mean in this case. But yeah, at some point I recorded about 6 different takes of this episode and none of it felt right. So I shelved everything at that point until today. But before I go on, allow me to thank the people who kept checking in about the podcast. That gentle pressure, that reminder that someone is waiting for an episode. I really needed it. And I'm grateful to have you in my life. So here I am, ladies and gentlemen, back again to share this introspective side of Denise. And thank you for being here. So today we're going to be talking about procrastination. Yes, the irony is not lost on me, but here we are. Let's get right into it. Welcome to the Introspection Mosaic. By now you're probably wondering why the episode is titled The Thief and I'm out here talking about procrastination. Well, let me start by defining the word thief. What's a thief? So, for this, I had to go to the dictionary and look up the definition. And a thief is defined as a person who takes another person's possessions by stealth, which brings in a new word into the mix, stealth. What's that? So, stealth is the act of moving or operating in a way that avoids detection, often through quietness, secrecy, and carefulness. So, having defined these two words, I'd now like to draw your attention to an adage which I'm sure you're quite familiar with, that says procrastination is the thief of time. And there's the connection. So the other day I was thinking about all the things that I've set aside for later, and sometimes later never came into existence. And despite regretting procrastination, I still procrastinate. So I ended up writing this introspective piece, which I'll be sharing with you today, titled The Thief. In this piece, I was trying to paint a picture of how I relate to procrastination or how I view procrastination. And it might be more of a love-hate relationship if you ask me, but well, I'll let the piece do the talking. Enjoy. It's as if I open the door for you every time you come for a visit. It's as if I even go a step further and welcome you at the door with a smile on my face. Or maybe leave out the smile because it's not every time I'm glad to see you. It's as if I have a guest room set aside for you with complimentary gifts that suit your taste. Guilt, shame, worry, anxiety, all your favorite treats. I keep finding myself in this cycle despite the numerous times I've silently vowed to never welcome you, you thief. You thief of my time. Yet you manage to find your way in and steal the very same thing each and every time. My time. Maybe I should just liken you to a snake, an unwelcome visitor. Maybe that way I would become more vigilant and put up all the necessary measures to stop your reign of terror. The truth is, I can't hate you though, because sometimes I connive with you on your plunder. but I have to hate you because you're still the only thing that no man can replace. My time. And I can't forgive you for that. Oh, procrastination, you treacherous thief, what am I to do with you? I need to rid myself of you. Yet I find myself back at the door with a welcome drink in hand as you come back again to steal my precious time. The end. Having written this introspective piece that I've just read for you, I was left wondering, at what point does procrastination go from being just taking a small break to totally, you know, taking over, extending and all that, to totally ignoring the task altogether? I mean, what would it take for me or you who's listening right now, that's if you're familiar with this thief that we're talking about, to just stop and say no? I mean, nope, not today. And start guarding your time better, you know. Because, like I've mentioned earlier, there seems to be a love hate relationship with procrastination, if you ask me. Because some of the things that steal our time also feel a bit comforting in some weird way. There's a lot to unpack when it comes to procrastination, but one thing is for sure: time lost is never gained. So guard your time wisely from this thief. And this brings me to the end of today's introspection. Thank you for taking the time to listen. I encourage you to share your thoughts on this piece in the comment section, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Goodbye for now.